Perfect. Hello everyone, I'm back once again. Lukul is here with his shenanigans. Yes, I talk about myself in third person sometimes. How is it going? Well, it's going better for myself. I've been I was ill for a little bit over a week, and then I was weak after that for a while. And last week I really had a bad experience, so I moved on and said, okay, I don't want to share myself being awful. I can share myself being decent, and here I am doing that. What else? I also noticed that during the last few streams I most likely how to say, I most likely streamed with the wrong mic, so I'm not really sure what kind of audio quality was there. Now I'm using the correct microphone, and yeah, I didn't watch the latest few streams. I think halfway there I stopped rewatching my streams, because some things certainly I can improve. How I handle myself in front of a camera, watching the camera when I talk to you guys. But the technical side of it, I can tweak it a little bit, but until I have some resources, I won't be able to improve the quality. I did change a little bit the stream position and area. You may have noticed that behind me I don't have any more something on this side, basically. And the one behind me is closer to me. That used to be the one on this side, actually. I changed a little bit the layout of the room. It could be that this improves things. Maybe it doesn't. I'm not certain. We will see that as well in the near future. Maybe I will use something I bought something like 12 years ago, probably. But anyways, we will see in the future. In the meantime, this is, as I mentioned at the end of the last stream, which has been quite a while back, this stream is dedicated to a little bit of cleanup. So if I share my screen, you can see that in these Fedora CoreOS definitions, that is actually a sorry, I still have a little bit of a cough. This folder actually has a repository that is public, but it was not updated for quite a while. And I can update it right now, and that is one of the plans. Before I update it, I want to do some little changes. This netbeer config.sh is not anymore about netbeer, therefore it makes sense to rename it. And if I rename it, I need to rename it inside many other files, I expect. Possibly even in the OpenTofu definitions, there may be the network config.sh because it's a file that I embed inside the VMs, maybe? I don't remember. Maybe not, it's going through butane. Yeah. It's not there, most likely. But anyways, the OpenTofu modular definitions also needs to be published. This is not, as you can see, already a repository, but it will be later. So first of all, let's rename this file, I want to say, and let's rename it into initial config. I think that is a fair enough name. Now we need to go in here and actually search for netbird administrator.service. I can change it, change the name, yes, and it's initial config.service. Perform the initial configurations. And this will be then initial config.sh, and this is totally right. Now netbird repo instead needs to be there, and this instead needs to be changed into initial config and initial config.sh, and therefore it looks like everything is ready in this file. Now we will need to do it for all files, for all other files, I guess. Can I do it in an easier way? Maybe I can do it like this. So if I copy this and I go in here and I go, okay, I can replace this the first time and the first, wait, did I save it? No, okay, same here. Oh, no, systemd, no, this one. Looks correct. And worker. Oh, probably no. And worker 2. And now I can instead go to systemd initial, I guess. Systemd initial configurations. I can do this. And I can replace it. What did I copy actually? Anti-systemd. Okay. And then, as much as it is annoying, we'll also need to test that everything works once again. not during the stream. I will assume that everything works during the stream, to be completely honest, given I'm changing names. But logics, everything else is going to be most likely it is going to be working, but it wouldn't be the first time that I change some small thing and I break everything. But anyways, what I'm saying is that I will need to actually destroy the cluster and recreate it, given the modifications. First, instead, I would like to troubleshoot what I found last week. So some, how to say, let me think. The week I was ill, some relative spent a night in my house, which meant sleeping in the room where, let's say, all my computers do their things. And that meant that I needed to at least shut down one computer, the one where the Proxmox host is running, which is not an issue currently because no service is currently actually running in that host. Only the cluster that I'm working with during the streams. So I simply shut it down and no issue there. Last week I, of course, meant to stream on Thursday. I actually had everything ready to stream. And of course I started the Proxmox host as well. And everything seemed to be working correctly. And then I tried to do things and things are not working correctly. Not at all. And I still have to complete the troubleshooting. I know the issue. I actually found the issue. I fixed the issue. But then there is another issue behind it. Basically, the thing is the certificates of the cluster somehow were expired. I don't exactly understand why they were expired, because it didn't make that much sense. But anyways, okay, they are expired. Let's renew them and everything is going to work. That was my idea. So I look into how to do that and I find how to do that and I do that. And it took a while. It took probably 35 minutes only doing that, because I first needed to understand exactly what the problem was. And what happens is that, perfect, fixed that, but the cluster still tries to use the old ones. So try to search how to restart the cluster when you cannot use kubectl to delete a pod or anything. So most likely I will need to manually install creectl and maybe also etcdctl, because I cannot install them from rpm-ostree. I didn't find them there. It's not too much of an issue. I just need to take some time and do that. Next week, most likely, I will do it sometimes, because I'm next week I'm going to be in vacation, which means I won't be streaming because I'm actually in vacation away from here. But apart from that, it's not gonna be an issue. And yeah, maybe I will connect to my machines and do things. And when I do that, everything should be fixed. Only then I will actually recreate the cluster from scratch, because I don't wanna miss an opportunity to learn something that is not exactly easy to learn. I noticed that during the troubleshooting, of course, I searched throughout the internet for that kind of issue. And I eventually, as usual, I eventually landed on the documentation of Kubernetes, talking about how to fix that issue. Because it's a thing, it's an issue that is a known issue, let's say, that when the certificates are renewed, the cluster still looks at the old ones, let's say. Even if you restart the VMs, even if you restart whatever, the pods need to be deleted. But you cannot use kubectl to delete the pods, because kubectl is trying to use the old certificates and the system is telling it, no, those certificates are expired. You cannot do anything. So you see, it's like, it's as if, which I plan to do actually, it's as if I had the, let's say, DNS server inside Kubernetes for my internet connectivity, and I shut down the cluster and my internet connectivity cannot work because the DNS server it's pointing to doesn't exist. And maybe I cannot restart the cluster because I cannot reach it because the DNS server is inside of it. It's kind of like, it's not a great, let's say, analogy, because of course when you have a DNS server, you also have a, let's say, a fallback rule that says, okay, it doesn't work, go to Cloudflare or Google, whatever. A better one would be having the OpenWRT inside the VM, which I wanted to do, and I don't need to do anymore. I'm happy. I figured it out that I can do whatever I want actually now. But anyways, another thing. I use OpenWRT inside the VM. Perfect. I shut down the system. I shut down the host. I cannot reach the host because I don't have internet anymore. So I cannot raise the host from the dead, let's say. So you see, it's like a dog trying to bite his own tail. And that is indeed the issue right now. The solution is to basically, not really delete, but move some YAML files outside a folder, wait for a while, and then put them back. The solution, the official solution actually, it's actually this. But at the same time, it's not working because I don't know. They don't talk about a multi-control plane infrastructure. They talk about a single control plane. And it didn't work, even if I tried that. That is why I plan to install CreCTL and etcdctl, because with those two CLI tools, I can directly work on the actual pods and delete them from CLI without trying to have the system delete them by itself. So that is the plan. I will try that. If that doesn't work, I will dig a little bit more, but I don't want that to actually stop my development. We are here because I want to have something inside the cluster, the Kubernetes cluster. not just the Kubernetes cluster. I will need to figure out ingress and egress next or eventually. But anyways, always me ranting. So, I think everything is good right now for this folder, which means that now I need to go to that folder. Documents, cluster, Fedora, class definitions, and of course in here you can see I have a few things that are telling me, dude, you need to do stuff. But the first thing I need to do, I think, is update the git ignore, which is not here. Seriously? Codeberg. Please, I'm not signed in. That may be an issue because I don't remember one password. The only password I cannot remember. It's not the Codeberg one, it's but it's not gonna be needed because it's public, if I recall correctly. And I don't need to create anything. Oh Jesus, I need to create a repo indeed. Okay, later we will see. Codeberg. Did I not create it already? And just oh well, you know what, I will do this. I will not watch myself, no. I will go here, Codeberg, there it is, and in here open of definitions, and there is nothing inside, if I recall correctly. Yes, there is nothing inside, but at the same time I have this, which let me understand that probably I didn't need a git ignore because I left also the IGN stuff. SSH is not an issue. Okay, so I just need to git status. Okay. And that means git, what is it? Add, I say git status. Okay, and now I need to go git commit -m single message this time only. Yes, I used to do each one for 1.5, but it didn't make sense anymore. And we go to, what do we say? Fit, probably. Restructure configurations for the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so I need to do this basically. Oh, come on. Global user email. I'm an idiot, basically. Which is nothing new, basically. Thank you. And this. And this. And this. Okay. Git push. What? That's a bad thing. Can I force it? Because I don't wanna pull before I push. And how do I do that? I'm not a great Git guy. Personally, yeah. There is follow tag, force release. Git push refuse to update a remote ref that is not an access to the ref used to overwrite it. Force release. Isn't there a force? Yeah. Git push will refuse to update a branch that is not an ancestor. Yeah. If I disable the check. Okay. Minus force. Push. And force should do it. I did it. It did it indeed. Now what we need to do is an update to the readme file. That is the most important thing, actually, because currently there is just this fucking thing. Okay. And it's not a clear anything. This is an introduction, basically. So what we want to do, the correct configuration files for my class, and you can find the butane configuration file as well as other files used for the creation of the cluster I work on during live streams. That is true. You can see me work on this live on YouTube or Twitch, which is true as well. Okay. And this is instead an introduction, I would say. Stream related. Okay, so this is stream related information. Okay. basically. Okay. Now we need to start with something else. Cluster. Cluster definitions. No, cluster definitions. Cluster definitions. What do we have? The current repository includes files that are used to deploy a Kubernetes cluster. K-test in Fedora Core OS virtual machines. Currently, there are 5 VMs. 5 VMs. 3 control plane nodes, 2 worker nodes. This is due to limited resources. May tweak the resources later on based on the true usage of resources seen during the life of the cluster. The structure of the files is plain. Plain. No. Structure. Okay. For each node there is a dedicated butane file and the related ignition file. In relation to sh public key and sh public key time the configuration zincati configuration and initial configurations, there are multiple files that are replicated, that are then included in each node file, node butane file. Strictly related to Kubernetes, there are the HA, how is it? HA proxy. Okay, HA proxy. HA proxy. HA proxy. Definition and configuration files, as well as the keep alive the same thing, keep alive the keep alive the definition and configuration files. Moreover, there is the Kube ADM config, the Kube ADM configuration definition, ADM definition used to deploy the cluster itself. I don't know, dependency maybe? Dependency, I mean, after all, I will, this is dependent on OpenTofu. So dependencies. Not really. You can do it manually. It's annoying, but it's possible. So connections to other work. This repo. Oh no, I'm out of focus for some reason and I don't know why. What the hell? I hate when this happens. Yeah, I don't know why this happens. Maybe when I do this and then I go back, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm out of focus. Fuck it, I guess. It's annoying. Anyways, this repo, the content of this repo, content of this repo works in tandem with the open tofu definitions in another repo of mine. Currently there is nothing there, but I will get there. Okay, after that I need to explain how to use this. Usage. After the creation of the VMs using these the ignition files present above, which is extremely easy using the OpenTofu definitions in the repo mentioned above. The following operations can be performed to deploy the Kubernetes cluster. And I need to go in my documentations. Next step, okay, so I need to step 3, what is step 3? CLI, okay. So I need to retrieve the oh yeah, no, I don't need to retrieve it, I still have it open. This one, right? Star Wars demo, what the hell? This. Generic. This. Okay. Okay. I will retrieve that. Okay, creation of the VM. Redeploy the control plane. Okay. Step 2. Ctrl C. In one control plane node. Okay. Okay. The output of this command will include the commands for the other nodes too. join the cluster whether they are control planes, plane nodes, or worker nodes. Step 1. Step 2. Use the order. Use the commands in the output above in the other nodes based on their roles. The host names of the VMs lead in the correct choice for this step. Step 3. Step 1. Initialize the cluster. Join the other nodes. Step 3. CNI configuration. Cilium in my case. I choose to use Cilium as the CNI. If you plan to use something else, change this step according to your choice. Okay. Step 3. CNI installation. Right? No. CNI. Fuck's sake. This step. And the following. No. Okay, Cilium clay installation. I refer to the official Cilium installation, Cilium CLI installation guide. Here it is. And I will go here. I will do this. No way. What the hell did I do? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Preview. Ah, okay, preview. Nice. Yeah, not nice that, but how the freaking fuck? Like this, maybe? How the... If I do this? Yeah. Okay. So... Like this. Okay, here it is. And here it is. Serial installation. I did not use this command. I remember that there was an issue, and the issue was really stupid. Really stupid. And the solution, where was it? So, okay. Um, mm, mm, mm. The installation of Cilium in my case include also the usage of Cilium in place of the Kube proxy. The command used is the following. Okay. Okay. Step steps 3 and 4 need to be performed in each control plane node. Why is it so big a usage? Connection to the structure, cluster definition, structure, connection to the work, usage. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Maybe, just maybe, like this. Nice. And then stream related information on the cluster. I'm on YouTube or Twitch. Now this seems to be a little bit of a better readme, in my opinion. There is some context. There is some how to say, apart from the context, there is the part where I actually explain how to use it if you want to. Currently, the creation of the cluster is manual. Maybe in the future it can be partially automated. I'm not certain about that. We will see. Because I like to automate things, mainly. But anyways, this is good, in my opinion. Now I need to push it. So, git status, yes. Git set, git add, say, git commit -m. If I do this, like this, I can just say update readme.md file. And now git push. Let's git push, and this time it should be working. And indeed it is working, because if I go like this, so this is the readme, add the readme file to the repo, update the readme file. Look at that, look at that, look at that. A little bit of information. 3 control planes, 2 worker nodes. Ideal. This I don't need. Now, I need to do something similar to OpenTofu modular definitions. I did create the OpenTofu definitions, but I didn't push anything. Is there something related to Git in here? No. So maybe I can use it for this. Otherwise I need to access to login. And the issue with the login is that the password. So I can do this maybe, but I don't remember the password because I don't know my passwords. I have a password manager, and the thing is that it's annoying because the only way is to get my phone. So there will be a share stream for 1 minute. No, not even 1 minute. Be right back. Was it even 1 minute? Oh, actually, I don't think you can see my chair, which is fair. It's a simple chair. It's not a streaming chair or whatever. But anyways. Oh, by the way, let me see one thing. Yeah. Okay. I have a ton of emails. Nice. I didn't expect to have a ton of emails. Yeah, most of which are useless emails. But anyways, let me see about this password, which means, which means, which means, which means. Yeah, we need to type it so you will not hear that. There it is. Jesus, it's awful. Okay, be right back with the audio. This is the output that I get when I try to log in. Also while private browsing. My favorite private, by the way. Also not in private browsing. So it seems I cannot do that, but I can try to use the OpenTofu definitions. And let me see if I rename this in old OpenTofu definitions. I can then create the new folder that is OpenTofu definitions and put this inside this. Sounds stupid, because it is. But in this way, I don't have an issue with the names. Cluster, -l. OpenTofu definitions. Because in Codeberg locally we have OpenTofu definitions that is empty, basically. But now I can unempty it, maybe. And in here, if I check, there is that. Perfect. If I go git pull git clone in this case. Maybe I have OpenTofu definitions inside OpenTofu definitions. So instead, what I want to do is delete. Okay, so I do mv OpenTofu modular definitions like this. Yeah. Now I do this. Yeah. And I do the clone here. Yeah, indeed. So first I need to run ref d of OpenTofu definitions. Now I can move OpenTofu modular definitions in OpenTofu. No, I don't want to do that like this, because the move always scares me. Always scares me. I can do it from here. Like this. Yeah. And I can just do some git ignore for vars.tf var what? The dot terraform, definitely. Okay, so I need to create a freaking git ignore that is similar to the git ignore I have here. So I can copy this, maybe. dot git ignore. So definitely dot terraform. Okay. So that is definitely done. What about I never tried it, so yes, wait, my phone is in the way now. Git ignore file inside folder. What? Ah, no, it's inside sub directory. So I can just write it as okay. Terraform, okay. Deploy is definitely a test and test as well. Deploy test. That are the actual. Okay. Provider.tf is important. vars.tf is not to be there. Okay, now we go inside. We go templates definitions slash vars.tf. This proxmox log, I don't have it, so it's not an issue. Okay, template definition, there is a .terraform, so basically what we have is like this. There is also .terraform HCL. No, there is a test as well, for some reason. But I can properly delete, I don't know. Let's keep it for the time being. I will fix it in another moment. Terraform lock HCL. So basically what you are telling me is that everything that is for the main folder is also present for this folder. .terraform HCL TF state tests Okay. Test. vars.tf. vars.tf. But there was also variables. Maybe it's here. Oh Jesus. Oh, this is good. Yeah, because this I fucked it up. This one. So this variables. I need to check these variables. Let me check these variables before I do something wrong. No, that variables is alright. It is just that. It's not vars. Okay, but that means that inside this modules templates, everything is included. The router folder I need to ignore. So I need to go and write router. Right. And now we go to play with this one. Sorry, but I will do this. And we do everything else. Yes, okay. I don't know what's useful for, but it will do something. Let me see. If I copy this, let's try. Yes. Okay, Terraform HCL lock. So far so good. We have the TF states. Yes, Terraform TF state, Terraform TF state backup, vars. Test as well. I forgot. Tests. It's not enough. We also have inside modules FCOS the stuff, which is annoying, but it's true. Which means that I have .terraform. Oh wait, do we have the .terraform in here? Yes, I didn't put it. Right. .terraform. Okay, test modules. Inside modules FCOS I have test and variables. No, variables is important. Okay, so we can do it like this. And we go modules FCOS. No, I need so Terraform .terraform HCL and test. So I have this. No, let's copy this. And we have tests. And then we have this. And we have this. Now let's see if everything is alright. Okay. From arenas. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so now what we can do, cd open to definitions. Yeah, it's okay. Git status. Totally fair. Git add minus a. Git commit minus n. Fit create open to definitions for my platform. Git push. No. Ah. Fuck me. That means that I will need to shut down the microphone once again for a while. Be right back. One thing I'm happy about is that the fucking password is correct. The other thing is that it doesn't work connecting from the browser. No fucking idea why. But anyways, now we have this. And that's positive. That's a step forward. I will not modify the current readme of this file because I'm tired, to be honest. But the important stuff is that this cleanup is good. Everything is in perfect condition. And I will need to write a readme that clarifies the usage of this thing. Another thing I need to clean up is this. Where is it? Latest version 109. It's my version is ancient in comparison. is 100. So I will need to fix that and ensure that that everything still works. So basically, when I fix the cluster, the next step will be update the configuration. So change this, recreate the cluster, and see if everything works or not. That's great. For the time being, I think I'm done. So I want to say thank you all for watching. And AI viewers are not really something I care about. So goodbye. But apart from that, thank you all for watching. The cluster is coming. And we will start to deploy some things in the cluster. And maybe I will be able to start to create some videos. So afterwards. So I can create maybe a video explaining the creation of the cluster, how it's done. A video that can be maybe 30 minutes long, something like that, going through all the configurations for the creation of the cluster so that anybody can read it and understand what it is. Maybe, I don't know. The other videos I'm working on are more conceptual videos, more opinionated than factual. Not really. They are factual as well because they are based on facts. But they are also opinions in certain parts, based on those facts, I guess. We will see. They are still part of research and not really files and things that have been completed. So let's see. I can close most of these files. And when I'm done, I will be done for today. I will keep the git ignore maybe. I prefer that. Yes. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next week. No, not next week. Next week I'm in vacation. From work and from the stream. Whereas in the future the other vacations will not be off stream. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Luckily out.